have been well established, and they have been training people, employing them, and having one of the best standards for industry. Let me also invite Mr. Anjan Mishra from Shahi Exports. He is the national head for skill development. As most of us would be aware that Shahi Export has operations in Bangalore, in Odisha, in NCR region of Delhi, and more than 50 factories across India are running and creating employment opportunities for, I'm sure, it is maybe 1.5 lakh people per year, and monthly absorption goes beyond 10,000 people. So they are one of the best and the most favored employers for all the PIAs and all the state missions, because they are always there to meet this placement mandate. There may be challenges, there may be issues, but at the same time, that's a part of the life, and we need to see how we can leverage presence of Shahi Exports over here. Mr. Atullah Khan, he is Senior HR and Admin Manager from Pratik Apparels. Please come over. So Pratik Apparels is based out of Bangalore, and they have also been regular takers of people from various schemes in Jharkhand. May I also invite Mr. Vijay Bhaskar M. Mr. Vijay Bhaskar is here. Yeah. Mr. Vijay Bhaskar is HR and CSR Group Head for Sahana Clothing Company Private Limited, based out of Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. So this panel would largely like to address on the issue related to sustainable placement and how the overall scope of placement can be enhanced. So let's welcome all the panelists with a bouquet and some claps. That's me. Thank you. So this placement is the dream for a trainee whom we are meeting for the first time and their families. It is the dream which we show to each trainee of DDU GKY that you will be getting a job. At that point of time, we are not distinguishing who out of 100 trainees is going to be that 70% placement tag or that 30% of non-placement. So, in the beginning, without this placement assurance, we are not able to mobilize people. So that's the key challenge which our down the line team faces, our mobilizer, our job resource persons, our staff, that to bring a person of a rural community who is a rural poor into a training center for 3 months and making them stay during that training premises and then migrate them to job location, we have to show them this dream of good job. What you have seen, the level of aspiration which gets heightened during this training program, during this mobilization period. And then the girl who was in the morning session was crying that not only this particular job which she is going to get from this after this training of DDU GKY, it is her family who is going to get benefited, especially her sister. And that was quite an emotional moment for all of us, to understand the actual aspiration of such people who get inspired by our mobilizers, our counselors, and then they move forward, take this big step, this big decision to join a training center, and then move on to become an operator, swing machine operator, or part of the garment industry. What happens next is the placement, and what happens next is a long journey. When I say long journey, apparel industry in past has been providing a job which is stagnant for a year or 3 years, and there is marginal increase in their salary, in their profile, in their overall career progression is quite slow, and also there is a huge attrition in the initial 3 months, and that's where the government has thought of incentivizing with 1,000 rupees per person per month as coming in their bank accounts as post-placement support. The idea of putting this incentive was to ensure that people are at least continuing with their present job for 6 months. This is a big step coming out of the government pocket, is being spent on trainees. However, the actual impact in all the states and all the programs has been minimal. So this challenge of effective placement, sustainable placement still looms large on us. Whether it is, and it's not beneficial for any of us, whether it is beneficiary, whether it is training partner, whether it is state government asylums or GSDM or other missions, as well as on the companies who lose valuable employee whom they have invested 2 months, 3 months on training, bringing them to a particular efficiency level. So what I mean to say is it's a common challenge for all of us who are sitting representing whether industry, whether skill development sector, or whether government. We need to definitely discuss this part. The gentleman at the back